Guys, we are about 1 week away from Halloween, and that means it is the perfect time to snuggle up and put on Disney Plus to prepare yourself officially for the fall and Halloween season. If this is the first time you're seeing my face, I do tons of these recommendation videos in addition to movie and TV show reviews, so go down below and hit that big red subscribe button because you won't want to miss my other videos or being a part of my little community here on YouTube. Disney Plus. There are some absolute classics on here, okay? We have the WandaVision Halloween Spooktacular. Yes, did it come out just this year? Yes, but is that something I will be rewatching for sure on Halloween? Yes. We have Hocus Pocus. We have the Halloween Town movies, but these are ones that you might not remember being on Disney Plus. So let me be reminded. The one you probably haven't forgotten, but just in case, Wizards of Waverly Place. Following the Russo family, a family of wizards and their mortal mom as they run both a sub shop and try to learn their magical powers. This show was by far my favorite Disney Channel show. I think Sweet Life on Deck would be a close second. But Wizards of Waverly Place, there was just something about Alex Russo and the way Selena Gomez played her that was so sassy, but also like you wanted to be her. I love that she wasn't like the perfect student, and you got the contrast with Justin and Max of not only the kind of people they were, but the type of wizards they go on to be. And I also love the fact that Wizards of Waverly Place really took its time exploring different supernatural creatures and wasn't just like there's wizards and vampires and werewolves and that's it. Like there's so much that they explore, and also so much of it wasn't even just other supernatural creatures, but like ways in which their magic got in the way of them doing normal teenager stuff, or the way it got them in trouble with their parents or potentially got them out of trouble. And of course, in Wizards of Waverly Place, you have the beloved Mason, one of my early fictional crushes because I just loved him. He was a great boyfriend to Alex and a great addition to the show. And then of course you've got Juliet with Bridget Mendler. There's just so many reasons to rewatch Wizards of Waverly Place. So if you're looking for something very comforting, not super spooky, but still has those Halloween elements, definitely throw on some Wizards of Waverly Place while you're like cleaning your house or doing some homework that doesn't need full focus, because this show is just too good to be forgotten. Let us never let future generations not know about this show. Going off of that, a little bit of a throwback, Wendy Wu Homecoming Warrior. Now I know it's a little past homecoming season depending on when you're watching this, but Wendy Wu Homecoming Warrior is like such a great DCOM that I feel like everyone forgets about because Brenda Song was kind of only ever a side character in Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, and so for her to get her own DCOM, I don't feel like a lot of people talk about it. But I know that opening sequence with all of the like clay statues freaked me out as a kid. There's some very intense stuff to Wendy Wu Homecoming Warrior, but it is such a great movie. Wendy, a high schooler, is the potential reincarnation of a super powerful warrior. And so not only is she trying to, do high school as one does in a DCOM, but she's also trying to fight ancient evils that are cropping back up. Bet you didn't know this, but Wendy Wu was the 5th highest viewed DCOM at the time of release. Now, if you're counting all 3 of the High School Musical movies, which I don't know if the 3rd one is counted, there's like maybe 2 above this one. This came out in the prime of Disney Channel, and I think Brenda Song is great in this. And so please watch this movie and let's talk about it, because I know I will be rewatching it, and I think it just has the perfect like homecoming with football, with high school, just the fall elements, but also the fact that like it's sort of spooky but also sort of awesome at the same time. Like, what more could you want from a fall film? Then we have something that made my fall movie and shows list last year, which is Fantastic Mr. Fox. If you've never seen Fantastic Mr. Fox and you like either the dialogue in Noah Baumbach's Marriage Story or the visuals in any of Wes Anderson's films, oh boy, is this film gonna surprise you. Mr. Fox, kind of in this grown-up version of himself, is kind of sick and tired of the fact that he doesn't really do anything fun with his life, and so he and some of his other animal friends start to kind of rob some of these farmers, but the farmers end up fighting back, and that means that the animals have to kind of band together, find a way to save themselves and the life that they know. Mr. Fox is voiced by none other than George Clooney. This has a great cast of characters, and the animation is simply amazing. I'm not always one for stop motion, but there is just something about this movie and the charisma of the characters that I genuinely think you'll love. This is a great one to watch with family, because if you have younger kids who are watching it, like cousins or siblings, they are going to be able to enjoy it, but you and some of the older family members are really going to appreciate the snappy dialogue and the really witty humor that this film has. Next, we have Just Beyond, which is a brand new Disney Plus original series. Just Beyond is an anthology series. I've kind of considered it almost like a kid's version of The Twilight Zone. So each episode is kind of individual and follows a spooky story, and it is from the mind of R.L. Stine, the man who probably scared most of us in our childhood. Definitely with trick-or-treating, jack-o'-lanterns, and like wanting to stay in and bake cookies and watch scary movies. I just feel like there's something so nostalgic about Halloween that R.L. Stine and this new series is going to be able to capitalize on. It's got some great talent attached to it, and some of them genuinely look actually scary. Like, I know I am a scaredy cat by nature. This show just looks like it has such a high production value that I think the scares will be actually genuine, even though they're probably going to be toned down for an age-appropriate audience. There's definitely a place for kids' content that is a little spookier, and I think this is going to be able to perfectly capitalize on that. Even though I have not yet watched Just Beyond, it is definitely on my Disney Plus watch list, so I recommend for you to watch it as well so we can talk about it. Then we have something I'm sure almost no one has seen unless you genuinely just watch everything on Disney Plus. Growing Fangs. It is a short film. It is a part of Disney's Launchpad series of live action short films. Disney has done a really great job of including short films on Disney Plus, both animated and live action, and giving creatives at both Pixar and Disney Animation, as well as just Disney filmmakers, the chance to tell stories that otherwise wouldn't be able to be told. And it is also a great way to test some of their technology and potentially try out new stars. And so Growing Fangs is the story of a girl who is a vampire. She is a teenager and she goes to start high school in the monster world, and she just hates it because she wants to be in the mortal world where all of her friends are from before, where things just make sense to her. And because she is a half human, half vampire, she feels like she doesn't fit into either world. There's just a really, really nice, succinct, short story in here that is both really funny. It's very much in the vein of a What We Do in the Shadows, which I absolutely love. It also has like mockumentaries type elements that I think make it really, really funny and humorous. So please, I don't want to say more since it is a short film. I don't want to like spoil something, but please go check out that film because specifically for Halloween, I just really love the trope of teens with supernatural elements and trying to grapple with that, because I think it's just such a great allegory for like how people feel growing up and not fitting in, and this one does it just so well. So please go watch Growing Fangs. Last but not least, Gravity Falls, which is a series that just, I think it was before its time and it ended before it was due, so it really just got the short stick. But Gravity Falls is an animated series from, I want to say, like 2012, 2013, that I believe initially aired on Disney XD. And it follows twins Mabel and Dipper as they go to live with their great uncle or Grunkle Stan for the summer and find all of these mysterious things going on in the world and forest around their Grunkle Stan's cabin. There is some great cast of supporting characters in here. Each episode kind of follows an individual monster, but there's overarching themes and mystery throughout the season and into season 2. I really loved this series when it was on TV. I was obsessed with Mabel and all her sweaters because they were different each week, which was so unique for an animated series at the time. I really just loved the characters in here. So while I loved Mabel, I really related to Dipper in kind of his wanting to get to the bottom of things, sort of being a little bit of an anxious teen. If you're looking for something that isn't like necessarily too intense to watch, but something that has really quality writing and story, this show feels like a bridge between children's animation shows and adult animation. I think there's a lot that if you did grow up watching the show or watch it when it was on the air, that you'll go back now and really appreciate. Please let me know down below if there is something you think I missed, because I am always looking for more things to watch. Be sure to like this video if you want me to keep continuing to do these this week on a specific streaming service that's maybe themed around a month or holiday, because I'm personally really enjoying doing them, so I hope you are too. Thank you all again so much for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you all in my very next video. Bye everyone.